Welcome back to another explainer. Look, Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the MCU as Doctor Doom has absolutely dominated the headlines lately, and for good reason. It's a genuinely incredible casting choice that's got everyone talking. But, amidst all the hype about who's actually wearing that iconic metal mask, a absolutely crucial and honestly way more impactful detail has completely slipped under the radar. So today, we're pivoting away from the casting and digging deep into the lore and the latest leaks. Specifically, we're zooming in on Doctor Doom's secret magic weapon. And guys, this isn't just some minor plot point. It is a fundamental, earth-shattering shift in how we need to look at the upcoming phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. By piecing together the latest production rumors and merchandise leaks, we're starting to see a terrifying picture of what Doom is actually bringing to the table when he finally hits the big screen.
Okay, let's dive into this. It makes total sense why everyone is so hyped for Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doom. I mean, it's a monumental shift for the franchise. But let's take a step back for a second and just think about Victor Von Doom as a character. Traditionally in the comics, Doctor Doom is an absolute master of two totally distinct disciplines: unparalleled futuristic technology and deeply ancient sorcery. He's literally the kind of guy who can build a time machine on a Tuesday and, bind an interdimensional demon on a Wednesday. So, while the face behind the mask is definitely a huge deal, the real story we need to unpack today is exactly what tools this new version of Doom is going to be wielding. If he's stepping up as the ultimate big bad for the next Avengers events, his arsenal needs to be something totally unprecedented. And based on what we're hearing, the MCU is leaning heavily into the sorcery side of his character, but with a massive twist.
Because a massive Marvel production leak just exposed what insiders are specifically calling a terrifying secret weapon. Just let that sink in for a second. We are talking about Doctor Doom here, a villain whose normal, everyday intellect is already enough to bring entire planets to their knees. For a source to specifically call his new weapon terrifying, that means we aren't just dealing with advanced Stark-level tech or standard Camartage spells anymore. No, we're looking at something that fundamentally breaks the power scaling of the universe. In a post-Thanos world, the next major threat needs a weapon that doesn't just, wipe out life, but actually alters the very fabric of existence itself. This leak strongly suggests Doom has acquired something that literally puts the Infinity Gauntlet into perspective. It's something rooted in a deeply unstable, highly dangerous form of power that the MCU has really only just started to scratch the surface of.
So, where is all this coming from? Let's break down the evidence board. We're not just pulling wild theories out of thin air here. We're looking at a very specific set of recent events and industry whispers. First up, we've got recent merchandise leaks. We're talking early looks at upcoming action figure packaging and promo art, which, as we all know, are usually the ultimate canary in the coal mine for movie plots. Combine those physical prototypes with a flood of insider rumors pouring out of the pre-production phases of Avengers Doomsday, and what do all these totally separate sources point toward? Visual evidence of Doctor Doom using bright red magic effects. Now, if you've been paying attention to the MCU, magic isn't just some generic glowing light. The colors are highly specific. Orange is for the masters of the mystic arts, purple is dark dimension energy, and bright red means one very specific, exceptionally dangerous thing.
It means chaos magic. This isn't your standard run-of-the-mill sorcery. This is the exact reality-warping power wielded by Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. Just think back to what we've already seen this kind of magic do. We watched it completely, effortlessly rewrite the reality of an entire town in Westview during WandaVision. We saw it tear right through the multiverse, instantly destroying entire teams of alternate reality heroes in Multiverse of Madness. Chaos magic doesn't just cast illusions, it spontaneously reshapes reality itself to fit whatever the user wants. So, the implications of Doctor Doom, a guy practically defined by his massive ego and his obsession with absolute control, getting his hands on this exact fabric-altering power, it's absolutely staggering. He's not just looking to conquer a universe anymore. With chaos magic, he has the potential to literally rewrite its fundamental laws to his own exact design.
But that brings up a massive question. How in the world does someone like Victor Von Doom get his hands on chaos magic? Well, here's where the plot thickens significantly. Hollywood insiders and production rumors suggest that Doom didn't just casually learn this magic on his own. He didn't just lock himself in a secluded library, hit the books, and study his way into wielding it. In Marvel lore, chaos magic isn't something you can just practice. It's this ancient, primordial force tied to the elder god Ton, and it's specifically channeled through the Scarlet Witch. It's inherited, it's bestowed, you don't just learn it. And that strict limitation makes the mystery of how Doom gets it so incredibly intriguing. It points to something much more direct, way more dramatic,
and honestly, potentially much more sinister. If he couldn't learn it from a book, he had to get it straight from the source.
And this brilliantly illustrates the two massive, mind-blowing branching paths that are currently circulating among insiders. Path 1 is a direct alliance with Wanda Maximoff. I mean, imagine combining Doom's unmatched intellect and brilliant strategic mind with Wanda's raw, unlimited reality-bending power. That is an absolute apocalyptic scenario for the Avengers. It'd be a partnership forged in shared trauma and this deep desire to impose order onto a chaotic multiverse. But the alternative is much darker. Doom might simply steal her powers entirely. We've seen characters try to siphon Wanda's magic before, sure, but Doom actually possesses the magical and technological genius to pull it off. Taking the chaos magic by force to serve his own grand design would leave the Scarlet Witch either totally powerless or entirely out of the picture. And that would position Doom as the sole terrifying architect of the multiverse's fate.
Which leads us to this terrifying sequence of events. If these leaks hold true, Doom's ultimate goal is laid out in 3 catastrophic steps. Step 1, acquire that bright red chaos magic, whether he teams up for it or steals it outright. Step 2, use that exact reality warping power to completely, fundamentally reshape the multiverse. And step 3, create Battleworld. Now, if you aren't super deep into the comic book lore, Battleworld is basically a massive patchwork planet stitched together from the surviving, broken fragments of destroyed universes. When the multiverse starts collapsing, Doom uses his supreme power to salvage whatever's left, setting himself up to rule over this chaotic new realm as a literal god. And this is exactly where the chaos magic fits perfectly into the puzzle. He needs an energy source potent enough to literally hold dead universes together. He's going to break reality apart and forge it back into Battleworld, using Wanda's power as the incredibly dangerous glue. So, we are standing on the edge of an incredible precipice when it comes to the entire future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If Doom possesses the power to rewrite reality itself using chaos magic, the question isn't just whether Scarlet Witch will ultimately decide to help him or try to destroy him. Actually, the far more terrifying question is whether the Avengers are already living in a universe of his design without even realizing it. We've got the merchandise leaks, the Doomsday rumors, the bright red magic, and the insane reality warping implications of Battleworld all pointing toward this monumental clash. So what do you think? What is his very first move going to be with that kind of ultimate power? Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your eyes peeled for more clues, and I'll see you in the next reality.